Welcome to RC Industry. Alright, it's Rick here. Well, as I said in last video, I think it was the video on 10th Street over there, my van's been making some noise when I step on the brakes. So we're going to look at that this morning. It's 35 degrees here. My goodness, last week we were in the 90s. But anyway, it's supposed to warm up to about 50 today. So, but we're going to look at this van and see what's going on with that. And the wife told me last night, said that her brakes are making noise. So I think we'll go look at her van first. It's already in the garage and got a lot of things going on this morning over here. I want to paint on my, as soon as it warms up a little bit, we're going to paint on the gutter, on the shutters for 10th Street house a little bit too. So you can see got the old shutters over here, and I actually painted 2 of them, and I think this is the color we're going to go with. So we got 2 of them painted here. So anyway, we're going to look at this Dodge Caravan, and we're going to get it up in the air and see what's going on with the brakes. So, all right, show you.
We wish each and every one a special prayer for you. But you just make my little boys very true. I'll sign off now. Start. May God ride with you. 10-4. Goodbye.
That's right, so fine. Busy for announcement this morning. For the hour of 10 o'clock here on time goes to WBDC. A something scary is coming to Heidelberg Park this weekend. A destination Heidelberg is the 2nd annual Heidelberg event going on today. The haunted Heidelberg Blue. Later on takes place actually from 11 till 7 p.m. And this year's headliner is Bosco Grants, and they'll be performing there at 5:30 to 7:30. Okay, some of the other acts taking place there at the Heidelberg Market Street include getting things going at 11 o'clock, 11 to 12, 12:30 King Bee and the Stingers. Next, 2 from 3:30 to 5. Also, events that will also Zombie Street Kids Zone, the face painting, inflatables, games, that's all happening starting at 11:07. In addition, of course, it's all free too. So check it out. Something serious. Taking place in Heidelberg. Well, back to the Big Super Show here at FM 101 WBDC. This is requested music is Travis May and
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this hub off here and just look at the brake shoes. I can't tell if it's coming from the front or the back, so it could be both. I don't know, but it's just a little bit of a metallic sounding noise, which is never a good sound. But anyway, and looks like my dust skirt on my shock is about shot too. So And we're getting a little bit of cancer here, so you know, we're going to try to drive this for another year, or at least till next summer. So I don't think I'm going to worry about the shock, but do want to make sure that we got some good brakes. So all right, show you more.
Lonesome, hungry, and me.
Well, she's really on there. It probably ain't been off since 2002 when it was built. Plenty of crap coming out of there too. Now let's see. Well, we'll put a little liquid wrench, super penetrating here. Hit it too hard because it's going to break that hub. Okay, well, what we got here with this seized brake drum. So tapping on it ain't going to work. Penetrating didn't work. So this axle is probably seized to this steel drum, so I'm going to run some screws in here, or some bolts, and let's see if we can get that thing to move off there. Kind of do it evenly here a little bit. See if we can get this to move in here. Yeah, she's moving now, I think. Thousands of people who evacuated over the past few days are now being allowed to return to their homes. Following the effort. Well, I think all it did was strip that out. That figures. Ain't that something? Well, I've had that work before, but that certainly didn't do it there. Alright, well, let's see if we can figure out something else. Okay, well, I can't get it off of there, so what I'm going to do is put it back together. I even tried my big puller over here, because I couldn't get this one off on this side either. So I used my big puller on it, and it's still, I mean, I could bust the hub, but I don't want to do that. So I'm going to take it down to my favorite shop down here in town, and I'll have them pull them off there. Okay, well, I decided before I went to look at the other van that because this thing was making noise, and you know, back here we couldn't get the sun's kind of messing up here, but couldn't get them back hubs off. I wasn't convinced that's where the noise was coming from, so I thought, well, before I start on the other van, so I lifted this up and pulled the pads off, and the wear clips are rubbing into the pads, or into the rotor, so the pad's completely gone. I mean, you can see there's metal against metal here. So I'm gonna go down and get me some parts, and we're gonna put some new pads on the front of this. I don't think I'm gonna do anything. These aren't, it looks like it's deep, but you can't even really feel it, so I think we caught it in time. I'm not too worried about that. So alright, so I'm gonna go get some brake pads, and we'll get that put on the front of this van. Show you more. Okay, so I went down to Ace and got me some, these are silver brake pads, they're called. I didn't get the gold or the platinums. They range from $49, and these were $28, so $59, $49, and these were $28. So let's see what we got here. Get this opened up. I have to set you down here. Let's get this tore open. Get my knife out. These don't look the same. Because these ain't right. These are definitely different. These look like they're off of a Ford. Alright, let me go back to the store. Show you more. Alright, well, we made another trip. And I don't know what was wrong down there. He typed all that stuff back in the computer down there at Advanced Auto, and it came up with them other ones I had that ain't right. And he kept messing around with it, and he tried a 2001, and then he tried a 2003, and then he went back to 2002, and I'm watching him do all this. And then it brought up a different set of brake pads, and I think these are going to work. So, I don't know, you know, them computers and that interweb is only as good as whoever puts the information in, but these look like they'll fit in there. Now, let's look at the difference in these. This one's got about a 1/16 of an inch of pad left on it, and that one's got, you know, 3/8. So, and this one ain't got any left on it. But anyway, all right. So I'm gonna get things set up here, and then I'll put you guys up over here where you can see what I'm doing. So, show you more. Alright, let me see if I can get closed up on that a little bit. Sorry for that sun glare in there. I don't know how I'm going to take care of that. So, need more subscribers, and then I can get me some fancier equipment, I guess. Here's. Alright. Get up here. Get my gloves back on. I'm going to get my paws dirty. Okay. Now, first thing we got to do, when these brake pads wear down, the cylinder, when you push the brake down, pushes this caliper piston out, and that's what holds these tight against this rotor. So, as they wear down, of course, you got to figure you got at least 1/8 of an inch left on, maybe total left on that, maybe more like a 1/16. So you've got to take that 3/8 on each side that's worn down, and you got to figure that's the distance here. So we got at least 1/2 an inch or more to push this piston back. So I generally take one of the old shoes here, or discs. Let's see if we can get it. That one's not big enough. Let me get a different C-clamp. Well, can't find my big C-clamp. Oh, this has been the way this day has went all day long. Let's see what I can do here. Alright, let me see what I can do here. Alright, let me see if I can get closed up on that a little bit. Sorry for that sun glare in there. I don't know how I'm going to take care of that. So, need more subscribers and then I can get me some fancier equipment, I guess, here. Alright. Get up here. Get my gloves back on. I'm going to get my paws dirty. Okay. Now, first thing we got to do, when these brake pads wear down, the cylinder, when you push the brake down, pushes this caliper piston out, and that's what holds these tight against this rotor. So, as they wear down, of course, you got to figure you got at least 1/8 of an inch left on, maybe total left on that, maybe more like a 1/16. So you've got to take that 3/8 on each side that's worn down, and you got to figure that's the distance here. So we got at least 1/2 an inch or more to push this piston back. So I generally take one of the old shoes here, or discs. Let's see if we can get it. That one's not big enough. Let me get a different C-clamp. Okay, so I got my wood clamp out. This thing's 36 inches long or something like that, so I know it's got enough. So watch this gap here. We want to push this piston back into this caliper. So I'm going to turn this handle up here slow. See, it's beginning to close in there a little bit. Now that will cause, you got to think about this, because we're pushing all this fluid back through this caliper and back out this line and back up to the brake master cylinder. So you don't want to do it real fast. You just want to do it because it will probably overflow. See, our gap's getting big enough now to accommodate the two new shoes plus the rotor. So we're gonna push it on back a little more. I like the way that looks like. That boot's not. I'm gonna take that off there and let's look at that boot. Take this thing off here. It's just a dust boot, but still, didn't like the way it was kind of. Now normally, I can take my C-clamp and actually put this on there, but it's still not enough to do that with. So, all right, let me show you some more here. Okay, so you can see we're almost down there. I went ahead and put the C-clamp on there. I couldn't do it and hold the camera at the same time, so we're turning. Okay, we got that pushed all the way in. So now I'm gonna take this off, and then I'm gonna set you guys down over here where you can see what's going on, and we'll start putting the thing back together.
So we turn the worms loose and chase some butterflies.
Okay, these little screws here is what screws that caliper on. So there's some pads out here. Now there's a front and rear shoe on this pad, but these quality ones don't come with any kind of instruction switch. The main thing is the one that was in the back, if you go by the way it came off, you can tell that this was against the piston. So that is this one. So we're going to put that one in the same way. Go like this, because you want to follow the contour. You wouldn't put it in like this. So. Sing it, Waylon. Alright. And we're going to put these screws back in here. Maybe. Or maybe not. Just got to get it in the right hole, I guess. It's important in a lot of things. Let's see what the tubes are in here. Must have somebody new on the radio station because they're playing 2 songs at once now. I'm gonna make that real tight. There, that's about 35 foot-pounds. There, 35. That's what I want. Alright. Okay. Now, you can see these are called full floating calipers because right now everything's loose and I can just move that around. Okay. But once this gets tightened down and this is in line here, that will close in. You'll have to pump the brakes a couple times, get that pushed back out there, which I'll do before we start on the other side. And then you've got lots of pad here, so should be in good shape. Alright, let's get the wheel put on this thing. Oh, that thing, that creeper keeps rolling around. I don't even know why I'm even got it out. I can't get to it. Craziest hubcaps I ever saw. You gotta put the hubcap or the rim on there and then the hubcap. It's got these little clips that hold it underneath the lug bolt. If that's an anti-theft thing or what, I don't know of too many people that's gonna steal a plastic looking hubcap. You never know, I guess. Now these torque 95 to 100 foot-pounds, and I'm not gonna, we'll tighten them down in sequence here once I get a couple of them started.
Well, that'll do it for you. That's on Good Time Gold here at FM 101. Weather-wise, the sunshiny skies, a high just 57 degrees. Clear with a low around 46, and on your Sunday, we'll see some areas of frost early morning hours. And sunshiny skies will creep up to about 70
Get one of these up here started and I'll have to hold that hubcap on.
And a high again around 70. That'll do it for a
Okay, let's get the rest of these on.
Shortly after the 8 o'clock WBC local news next Saturday. Have a great day, everyone. Leaving you with Josephus.
Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to set this thing on 0, or on about 1, so it doesn't torque them down too much. Okay, we're going to torque this down to 100. So if you watch that, it should go up to 100 right there. And we'll do this one at 100. Okay. And we'll get the rest of them at 100. So we're going to do this one, and this one at 100, and then we'll be done with this side. All right, show you more. Okay, I wanted to show you on this pedal, is that thing will go way down while we're pumping that caliper back up. Even though the vehicle's not running and the power brake's no boost, but it'll pump that thing back out there. There, see, now it's not moving very much at all. Okay. Alright, so now we'll start it up and move it around a little bit and see if that takes care of the problem. Alright, show you more.